Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Join us as we bring together all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under one banner for 4 days of powerful brotherhood and sisterhood.
I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I subscribed, they don't know how I did it. Got it out.
Day 1 kicks off with the Round Table of Truth podcast featuring Captain of 13,000 Mauquai. Also, we will be having a breakfast and sip event at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Then, we will be having scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then later, we will be having game night. On August the 2nd, we will be having a street teaching and a food and clothing giveaway at the Detroit Transit Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you can join 13 Shield Commanding General Yahanna for a powerful discussion. Are demons real and are they among us? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. After that, we will be having late night activities at our bar on 21530 Gratiot Avenue. On August the 3rd, we will be visiting the Charles H. Wright Museum from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And join us at the Action Impact Gun Range from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We having an album release party at Flood's Bar and Grill for none other than Captain of 13,000 of Cod Abarai. Then, last but not least, we will be having the 7th annual Midwest Barbecue at Chandler Park from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is not like any other barbecue you ever been to. Bring your children, bring your family and friends. It's free food and it's a safe environment. Also, get you a room at our hotel for special rates. Book now for a comfortable stay close to all of the action.
Purchase your tracks today.
Support the Midwest Fire Weekend by donating to our GoFundMe. Visit the GoFundMe link in the description or scan the QR code to make a difference.
Boston, it made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. I.S.U.P.K whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage to?
We getting ready to have a Midwest Fire Weekend.
Then the I.S.U.P.K Chicago coming at you once again to let you know about the Midwest Fire Weekend.
Came to speak to you about some events we're having in Detroit, Michigan. Fire Weekend, Thursday, August 1st to Sunday, August 4th.
Inviting all single blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to our Midwest Fire Weekend.
And you know what it is. It's that time of the year again. It's the Midwest Fire Weekend, hosted by Captain 13,000 Mauquai, August 1st through the 4th.
Real I.S.U.P.K Kentucky here to invite every so-called black, Hispanic, and North American Indian to the Midwest Fire Weekend, Detroit, Michigan, August 1st through the 4th.
Tune into the Midwest Fire Weekend from August 1st to the 4th.
Don't miss out on this incredible event. Join us for the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Visit www.isupk.com or scan the QR code for more information.
All right, let's clap it up.
Shalom, DC, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and that our oppressor, the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We're not affiliated with any other Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. 1 West is home of the truth. If it's not under Commanding General Yahanna, it's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? What we're going to get into tonight, well, let me get started off with this. Tonight is Wednesday night scripture breakdown class for Washington, D.C., the D.C. zone. If anybody has any questions about any scriptures, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and put it in the chat. Anybody in the room has any questions, go ahead, ask the questions or whatnot. And we're gonna get rocking and rolling. Just let me know if anybody has anything in the chat. We're gonna roll with that. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and light this charcoal, and then we're gonna, man, it's fire right here. I just like the sound. You had the boom, almost as the a lightsaber, once it come on. Right? Yeah. Everything's getting torched in this thing. All right. No questions? All right, most time Christ. All right. Let me go ahead and get this going, get this rocking and rolling. But what we're gonna get into is the modern day lynching of Sonia Massey. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened. She got lynched. She got lynched when she had to rely on an oppressor in a situation that could have been like that she felt was in danger. And that's exactly what we're taught to do, right? We're supposed to, if you see something, say something, right? Call the police. Right. They're supposed to protect and serve, right? But according to them, they don't even know what they are sworn to do. Slaki, if you could pause it real quick. Mute me real quick, Baba Show. In the York. And what's been going on is that, just like I said, it was a modern day lynching. We were supposed to look to this oppressor if something was going on, and they come into our homes. They come into our homes and lynch us. Can I say that? I don't know, but if I can, it's too vanilla, Salakia. but we can't say. But that's a legal term. Okay. So when we can't even say, well, we can say red rum. We understand. Everybody knows what red rum means, right? Right. This devil who is carrying a badge, who obviously didn't like us, who obviously doesn't like us, came up to her into Sonia Massey's home and red rummed her. What makes it even worse is that when he did it, he said he was going to do it. He absolutely said he was going to do it, unprovoked, really unprovoked. It's like I'm just making this in comparison. I'm not saying this is her, but if a child says, you're a butthead or something like that, and then you go overboard and then hit him in the head with a stick, was that justified at all? She said some words that really meant nothing.
You know what I'm saying? But it really meant something to him. How dare you talk to me in that tone? You know what I'm saying? And in your own house, even though I'm a visitor in here. How dare you do something like that? But this is how the oppressor looks at us. They still look at us as less than human. 3/5 of a man. According to the United States Constitution, that's exactly what we are. We're 3/5 of a man, according to the DNA of the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? The water. According to the Constitution of the United States of America, that's exactly what we are. And because of that, they when I say they, I'm talking about the oppressor. The oppressor is the one that that looks at us that way, and they feel they can treat us that any old type of way. You know what I'm saying? They treat, they treat dogs, they treat seals, they treat whales, you know what I'm saying, better than they treat us. 100%. 100%. There is no way, if ands a way around it. They treat, endangered species on a higher level than they treat us. You got something?
That's like, sir. It seems that everybody gets to stop hate or stop crime against them type of law or bill, except for us. The Asian man got it within 1 week of Biden getting elected. Because what was the final incident? Some we call them working women that worked in a massage parlor, and they were working women. You know what I mean? Like they did illegal business. And the guy was ashamed of it, and he unalived them. And they got a whole bill because some illegal workers, in their community got unalived. You know what I mean? Whereas us being upstanding citizens, you know what I'm saying, for throughout all the time, pretty much, we still don't get anything.
Exactly. What the brothers bring out is absolutely heavy. Within 1 week of an Asian woman, you know what I'm saying, getting elected vice president, where she more identifies as an Asian woman, she gets elected in vice president, and then a mass shooting happens in a massage parlor. And now everybody, the whole United States has to, stop Asian hate. Has to stop Asian hate. When this whole world, this whole economy, this whole kingdom has been around oppressing, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Where's the stop, Native hate? When can the Native Americans get off the reservation? Where does it stop the Mexican hate? Where does it stop Latino hate? You know what I'm saying? How about you let them out of the cages on the border? How about you stop molesting their children, our children? How about you, you know what I'm saying? They're in your custody. They're in cages. How in the world can they go missing? How is that? Unless you want them to go missing. How about stop the hate, that of molesting our children? How about stop sending over policing our communities? You know what I'm saying? That's a form of hatred right there. Over policing our communities. Now you put us in a situation where you don't give us any type of you basically suffocate us. You don't give us any type of hope. You know what I'm saying? There is no if someone is in a pool and they're in a deep end and they can see the ledge, you know what I'm saying? They can actually fight to get to that ledge. But for us, there is no ledge. You just drop us off in the middle of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You make an environment where we're literally in the middle of the ocean, where there is no help. There is no rest. Whenever we try and do something for ourselves, you take that and stamp it out. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a campfire get started? You know what I'm saying? It has to be something very small, very light, as far as, you know, just to get the fire started. And then, you know, it has like a little sparkle, and then you have to blow it to, you know, fan the flames, and it gets bigger. Then you add more materials on it, and the flame gets bigger and bigger. Well, they'll put a whole bunch of logs in the community and say, well, here's the material to keep yourself warm. But then the second we have a little spark, they go and stamp it out. They go and, you know, flood it with crack, with heroin. Man, we was in Baltimore this past camp, and you know how many brothers and sisters was just out there totally. It was this one sister in particular. She was just out there just destroyed. Totally destroyed. There is no way that you can look at her and think she's okay. You know what I'm saying? And I just to think, what in the world she went through or is going through to make her put poison, to make her do some sort of poison to where she's, you know, sleeping, standing up. You know what I'm saying? How the way they, you know, they kind of lean and they're about to fall over, and then they just kind of wake up out of it, and then they go back to it again. What in the world? What kind of hell does someone has to be in to want to do that to themselves over and over and over again, so that they can forget whatever it is, whatever kind of hell they just went through, so that they can forget just for an hour. I don't know how long these highs last, but just for a day. What kind of hell do you have to go through to want to put yourself into that position? You know what I'm saying? And they purposely put us into this position. And then when we call them for help, like Sonia Massey did, when we call them for help, they come with an attitude. I don't know if you've seen the video. Did you see the video, Shapat?
No, I didn't want to watch.
Man, I understand. But when they came in with an attitude. That dude, Sean Grayson, who was supposed to, you know, defend her when she called for help, number one, came with an attitude and made some insinuations on her that like, whether it was true or not, like, why? We got anything online?
Everybody go eat.
Most High in Christ. We're gonna get let's get that article, Baruch Shah. I just want to read something on that article. No, just read on your phone, if it's possible. What we're gonna do. I pulled up an article, and we're gonna show you how, you know, how the oppressor was, you know, his kind of state of mind, and a little bit of his history on why was he even allowed to be a cop. Why was he even allowed to be a cop? He was in the military. He was a crappy soldier. You know what I'm saying? He was a crappy cop. Even his mugshot. If you ever look up his mugshot looks like you're like, yo, why am I even here? Why are you charging me? Why are you even charging me? Once upon a time, I was in Esau's military, and it was one dude who was telling me that Russians, man, I have so many stories about these damn Russians, man. These Russians, man, boy, I tell you, they are a very proud devils. You know what I'm saying? They some proud devils. But in this one instance, this one dude was telling me he was in St. Petersburg, Russia, right? And he was saying how you know, they automatically off the jump, they don't like anybody but themselves. And if you stand out, you know, as being a black man in there, they're gonna mess with you off the rip. off the rip, right? So something happened in like this big square, like downtown or whatnot. Something happened, and some civilian came up, saw what was going on, and shot and killed a black dude, right? Shot and killed him. Called the cops, called the police, and be like, "Hey, you know, there was a disturbance down here. I shot this dude. Come and get him." He was like, "I'll wait until you get here." Cop showed up, like, "Hey, yeah, look, I did this work. Go ahead, you know, take him wherever you need to take him." And then the dude just left. That's what goes on in Russia. I knew some people who was in Moscow, and they were saying, like, in the subway, they would have to stand face to face like this so that I can watch your back and you can watch my back. Because little old women would just come up to you and push you when the train comes, and no one would do anything about it. That's the type of, you know, that's the type of people it is over there, which makes me think why was Brittany Griner over there for what? You know what I'm saying? You have something?
Sir, I mean, makes sense because the Ukraine is basically somewhat of a part of Russia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're right there on the border of them. And during that whole Ukraine thing, when Russia first started attacking, they were making sure that blacks couldn't get on the trains. In the midst of all this bombing, they still knew one thing: they hated black people, and they made sure blacks couldn't get on the trains while they were getting away. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Slack it. 1 second. Shalom, sir. Salaki about that. Had to tidy up some stuff. Where were we? I did. My bad. My bad. Where were we?
We were talking about Russia and how they, Brittany Griner and all
Yeah. So this devil, he has that same mentality, that same vibe that these devils in Russia has. You know what I'm saying? He just come up in there and say he's gonna red rum her. He said I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Those was his exact words. I'm gonna shoot you in the head. And then you know what? Not even 5 seconds later, he came around the corner and he did exactly that. He did exactly that. These are the type of people, you know what I'm saying, that's over us. These are the type of people that's over us. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, before we do that, get me Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Hold on.
That's it.
Is it?
48 through 50. So.
Yeah. Get me 50 in particular. No, you're right. Give me 48. Because these are the same bastards that we're supposed to, hold in high regard. You know what I'm saying? They're telling us, really, they're them telling us that we're all equal. When where was the equality when a sister who was in her pajamas was holding a pot of water, and these two grown men with body armor on and tasers and mace and batons, you know what I'm saying, and fisticuffs, you know what I'm saying? Where was the equality in that? There was no equality. There was no equality. And you know what? The Most High never intended for there to be any type of equality. They take their power and they overuse it. They abuse it. We're gonna have to learn the hard way. I pray there's no more Sonya Massey's. I pray there's no more, there's no more Trayvon Martins. I pray there's no more a Tatiana Richardson. Is it Richardson? Salakia. I pray there's no more of that. I pray there's no more. I pray this is the last one we actually wake up and see that these people are not for us. They are not with us. They are not allies. They don't give a damn about us. And this is what the Most High has to say about them way back when, as soon as we got up out of Egypt. This is what the Most High had to say about them.
Come. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So this is what the Most High is saying. Because we don't obey him, we don't do everything he tells us to do, he is going to send enemies against us. The reason why we have to call, the oppressor, what's that? Yeah. The reason why we have to call 911 is an old song called 911's a joke. Right. 911 is a joke. The reason why we have to call these people when it comes to any sort of help or anything like that, or anything, it's because the Most High God sent them again. Read that from the top again.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Most High send them against us, right? Keep going.
In hunger, and in thirst.
If we hunger or we thirsty, if we need something to eat, we need something to drink, we need to go to the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? We can't even collect rainwater without the oppressor's permission.
Right.
Do you understand that? If we buy land, if I buy a plot of land, right, and I dig down into the earth and find some water, like dig a well, if I didn't get permission first from from the oppressor, I would not be able to collect on that. I would not be able to collect on that. Even still, if I buy land and I know there's water under there, I still have to buy extra saying, getting water rights to that. I can't even hold the tarp out. I can't hold the tarp out when it's raining and collect that. You know what I'm saying? If a bird flies by, if a chicken walks onto my property and stays on my property, I can't, go and catch that chicken and eat it, or have it and make it lay some eggs. I can't do any of that. I have to go to the oppressor in order to first get permission to do it. This is what the scripture says long ago. Keep going.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
If we want some clothes, we're gonna have to get it from the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? We make things fly. You know what I'm saying? Just like them headpieces. You know what I'm saying? That SHALAM be rocking and supplying the nation with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like Officer Hazaha be making them fly ass garments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Supplying the nations with them. Just like the brothers down in UPK FL wear, they be making them badass, t-shirts, designs and whatnot. We have to get that from the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Those raw materials, we have to get it from the oppressor. Keep going.
Okay. And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Slide it real quick. And one of all things, even when we die, we have to go and get it certified from the oppressor. You understand what I'm saying? A death certificate. Someone's not officially unalive until he gets certified from the oppressor. Like, damn, we can't even die in peace. Are you serious?
He's like, hold up, you died? Oh, you ain't ready to pass me. I still got all your bills here and everything.
Exactly.
I need to know who to send this to.
Yeah. And if them bills, let's just say I go, right? And I have a whole ton of bills that's on automatic pay, right? Or not even, or just getting stacked up. If they don't find out for 6 months, I still owe, someone's going to still owe that 6 months of something that no one used. Someone still owes that 6 months of back pay. These devils got to be put out of power. They cannot hold power properly. How do I know this? Ask the dodo bird. We can't because they're extinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How about some tigers? If we can find them. Why? Because they're damn near extinct. The wolves damn near went extinct out here in the Americas. You know what I'm saying? The buffalo damn near went extinct. I had a devil one time tell me, he was like, I'm from Texas, so I know how the Native Indians were. They used to run buffalo off cliffs just so they can hunt. Run a herd of buffalo off a cliff just so they can get one or two. This devil used to tell me that. I'm like, no, no. They were self-sufficient, self-sustaining. They would pick out whatever, one or two or three, whatever from the herd. They would get those and they would bring it back to the tribe. Now the oppressor, they would do something like that. But these oppressors, man, if you listen to these oppressors, you know what I'm saying? Christ is white. Christ looks like this bastard right here. His people, the Jewish man, was supposed to have curls coming down the side. Shave your middle of your head and then have just curls coming down. And you're supposed to smell like filth. These niggas don't even wash their bodies properly. I see people on national TV, not just on social media, but on national TV saying they don't wash properly. Grown men and women saying they don't wash properly. And these people are supposed to be over us? We're supposed to call them when something goes bump in the night. We can smell them coming, a mile away.
Right.
Let's keep reading.
Okay. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he definitely put a yoke of iron upon our necks. You know what I'm saying? We had chains, and I'm not talking about fly chains, that we made popular. I'm talking about, shackles on our necks. You know what I'm saying? And then even if we tried to escape and we got caught, they would put these big behind, monstrosities on our necks so that we couldn't maneuver. When I say we couldn't maneuver, we couldn't even sleep. We couldn't lay down and sleep. We had to sit up and sit a certain way so that it won't cut off circulation or cut the air off, and then we pass away. He put those things on. I don't know if anybody know what I'm talking about, but these big monstrosity, you know what I'm saying? Why? Because if we had those things on, we couldn't successfully escape. You know what I mean? We couldn't escape. And those things, it's not like, they put them on for a time. They kept them things on. Until what?
Okay. Until he had been destroyed.
Until he
had destroyed thee.
Until he destroyed us. The chains right now is not on our necks. It really is on our mindset. He took the chains off of us, but mentally we're locked down. Mentally we're locked down. You ever heard of I'm gonna get to you real quick, but you ever heard of Salaka? You ever seen how the way they train elephants? So yeah, when they train elephants, they get them as a baby and whatnot, and they put a big chain on their leg, on one of their legs, right? Whenever that baby elephant is trying to, kick and move and whatnot, can't go anywhere. It's not strong enough to pop that chain. When as it grows older, it knows the length of where it should be. So that now they just tie a rope to where the length of the rope, how the way the length of that chain was when it was a child, when it was an adolescent. When they grow up, they could have popped that chain, but now they don't even put a chain on it. They put a string around their leg so that they can only go but so far. Not knowing the elephant, not knowing that it's much stronger now, and it really holds all the power. They still think that they can go, but 5-6 feet from wherever they put that rope on. Just like that old there's an illustration where there's a bunch of slaves, bending down, and there's a board game on their backs, and there's a Monopoly on their back, and there's a whole bunch of oppressors around there playing the game, not knowing if they stand up, the whole game will be over. You know what I'm saying? And in this instance, when they say stand up, all we have to do is stand up and love one another. What do I mean by love one another? I don't mean what Christians say. Well, this is what I mean by love one another. Man, I'm short, $20 until, next week, until I get my check in. You know what I'm saying? Could you loan me $20, Baba Kashar? No sweat. Here you go. All right. As soon as I get that $20, I'm not going to avoid him. You know what I'm saying? Once I get my money, my check in, I'm not going to avoid him. I'm like, hey, I owe you $20. Here's the money that I owe you. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, we all messed up. We can't even do that. We can't even have that simple transaction. You know what I'm saying? They say the easiest way, at least in our community, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian community, is if you wanna lose a friend or family, loan them some money. You know what I'm saying? That's messed up. And the reason why it's like that is because they have totally and utterly destroyed us. Totally and utterly destroyed us. Let's read some of this article, Baba Kashar. We got anything online?
Nah.
All right. If there's some smoke, you know, I want that smoke too, Bubba Sean.
What do you think? I think that's the say something they don't like.
What's that?
You gotta say something they don't like.
Well, we'll get there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say that just yet. But I reserve the right to put that out there. All right. Right now, what he's pulling up? He's pulling up an article. Slack it. Hey, Shapak, come up here.
I'm about to put up an article about Sonia Massey. Pull it up real quick. Read the most of the new articles about it are stating how, you know, the sheriff's department, they don't have any problem about the firing of the deputy. You know what I'm saying? That's what most of the new articles are saying. The initial article about it go like this: killing of Sonia Massey. On July 6, 2024, Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old black woman, was shot and killed in her home by Deputy Sean Grayson of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office in Woodside Township near Springfield, Illinois. Massey had called 911 about a possible prowler. Grayson and an unidentified deputy responded by searching the vicinity before entering. A conversation about Massey's driver's license and a parked vehicle escalated after Grayson said, "We don't need a fire." Massey took the pot of boiling water, and the officers backed away. When questioned, they cited the boiling water and she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Both deputies drew their service pistols. Grayson screamed, I'll effing shoot you right in your effing face," and shouted, "Drop the effing pot," before shooting 3 times, hitting Massey in the head and killing her. Following the shooting, Grayson was fired from the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, among other charges. You see what I'm saying? And that's the type of devils we got to deal with on a daily basis. You know what I mean? But, you know, like we brought up, like I.S.U.P.K brought out earlier, you know, that the Lord put them on us because we ain't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Us not listening to our Father, we get no good times because of that. You know, you don't listen to your Father, you're getting punished. Straight to your room. You don't get to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let alone you keep acting up, that belt is coming. With you know, that's what the Most High said. He gonna bring a people from afar. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna have to need everything from them. With their countenance, they don't even like us. You see them, they try to give you the little smirk, that little, I can't stand that right there. That's not a real smile. That's a I'm tolerating you being here smile. And that type of people right there, you know, they're like the whipping stick. You know what I'm saying, for the Lord whipping us, you know, and but what usually happens after you know, you go get that switch from the yard, your grandmother, grandfather, you know, folks give you that whipping with the switch. And with that, turn over to class, Officer Bakwash.
Water, all right? I think someone just popped up. Add them on, Baba Kashaw.
Oh, you got it work?
Yeah, we're good to go with that.
I don't see them yet.
No, they're not down there. All right, no sweat. Let's get that article, Baba Kashaw.
You want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Read it from the top, Baba Kashaw.
On July 6, 2024, Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old black woman, was shot and killed in her home by Deputy Sean Grayson.
Hold on, where you at?
I'm on Wiki.
Read what I sent you.
Oh, you sent me something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kamikaze. The deputy who killed Sonia Massey was discharged from Army because of DUI.
Because he was a filthy, wicked, disgusting drunk. That's what happened. He was in the Army, and like I said, he was a crap soldier. He was in the Army, and he got kicked out because he was a drunkard. He was a drunk. I don't know what the hell is going on with him, but he was a filthy, disgusting drunk, and he got kicked out the military. Now, let me tell you something. Once upon a time, I was in Esau's military, and I know people who I just know that whole military culture. And in order for you to get kicked out for being a drunk, man, you got to do something. you got to do something, a lot of something to get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, military has this, this high standard, and if you just mess up just once, you get kicked out. Nah, he was a filthy, disgusting drunk, and that's why he got kicked out of the Army. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading. So this is the bastard that showed up to Sonia Massey's house. You have something?
You got a question in the chat.
All right, what's the question?
Akira 76 says, Salaki, sir, if I may receive a breakdown of Luke 16 and 15.
Luke 16 and 15. Is there anything specific, or is it just a general breakdown? Type that in chat. Akira 76, Papa Shaw. Said Luke 16 and 15?
Hold
on, let's see. Luke chapter 16 and verse 15. All right, get that?
Book of Luke chapter 16 verse 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Just give me up 2 verses.
Sir.
Hold on. No, give me just 1.
Verse 14?
Yeah.
Book of Luke chapter 16 verse 14. And the Pharisees also, who were covetous, heard all these things, and they derided him.
Okay.
Verse 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Okay. I'm understanding what this is saying. You want to take a crack at it?
I want you want to know about it.
What's that?
I was waiting to see what you specifically asked.
What's can you repeat the question? What she said?
Salaki, sir, if I may receive a breakdown of Luke 16 to 15.
All right, okay. So read 14, Baba Shaw.
Come, sir. So the Luke chapter 16, verse 14. And the Pharisees also, who were covetous,
right there.
All these things.
All right, the Pharisees who were covetous. What does covetous mean? Meaning they wanted something. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that they wanted something. You know what I'm saying? Is that they wanted what you had. Like Shapat has a badass headband on or headpiece on. You know what I'm saying? Christians like these Pharisees, I want that headpiece. You know what I'm saying? People in here be like, damn, that's a badass headpiece. Where'd you get it? And then they find out you made it. Who's that? Most High in Christ. Let's give Trinidad a hand, right? For attending with us and whatnot. So it's saying what's covetous is, you know what I'm saying? Christians would say they want that exact thing. Up in here would say, man, I like that. Where'd you get it? And you say you made it. Like, can you make me something like that? Similar to that? There is a difference between, how the Christians want something and how the real spirit of brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? They want that thing, and they're gonna take it from you by any means necessary. So that's what the spirit is behind this. And they say they were covetous. You had something, Shapat? Salakia.
Lies.
Okay. Keep reading, Baba Shaw.
Come. We're covetous. Salah. And the Pharisees also, who were covetous, heard all these things, and they derided him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
So he's saying, man, you the cast that basically justifying yourselves amongst your own selves. You're the one who's saying, whatever you're doing is right and good. Slakia. He's saying basically you're justifying yourselves to one another. You know what I mean? Like if I were to go left and I see someone else going left, we're gonna talk about each other going left and be like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I need that person to justify me just like he needs me to justify him. That's what's going on this is what Christ is saying to these Pharisees and Sadducees, right? Keep reading. Matthias on. Let's give Matthias a hand. Christ.
Shalom, I.S.U.P.K.
Shalom, Shukata.
But God knoweth your hearts.
So Christians always read always quote this. They always say, God knows my heart, right? You've heard that once or twice before, right?
Yeah, he knows you're an evil bastard. Yes,
exactly. He knows you're an evil bastard. So like it. Read that from the top.
Come. Book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Most High in Christ. So he said, just like the way you said, God knows your heart. He knows you're a wicked, evil bastard. People who say God knows my heart, man, just admit that you're disgusting.
It's so bad because they're saying that because you as a man can see that they're an evil, wicked bastard. And
right.
They're trying to say, well, you may think that because you can see what I'm doing, but God knows my heart. Like it's some secret righteousness behind the evil that they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And if I can see the things that you're doing now, like just see what you're doing, Lord knows what you're doing that I can't see. And you say God knows your heart. God knows what you're doing when no one else is looking as well.
Right.
If you can do some wicked, some filthy, disgusting things in front of, in sight of everybody else, how much more, filth are you getting yourself into when no one's watching?
Right.
You know what I mean? And God sees all that. So when you say, God knows my heart, and then a lot of Christians love to say God knows my heart as an excuse or like as a covering. You think he gonna justify? You gonna get justified by saying, God knows my heart? Nah. He knows your heart, and he sees what you're doing, which means you hate him. The Most High is a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He is a man of war. That's what the scripture says. God is a man of war. God is his name. Yahweh is his name. And if you disobey him, what do you think men of war are gonna do? Oh, that's all right. I'm gonna let it ride. You think Most High let it ride for David? And that was David's right-hand man right there. You think everything that happened, after he became king, After he became king of Israel, everything that was strife in David's life happened from one incident. And it didn't, his penance, I say his punishments, what I'm saying, did not happen. Oh, well, I take that back. Salakia. One thing happened right there immediate, and that was his son was the Most High took his son away right there. And then it took years for the rest of the things to happen. Matter of fact, for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life, he had troubles. And that David was the Most High's right-hand man. What are you doing to make the Most High say, you are after my own heart? If you ain't doing something like that, like David, what in the world makes you think you're gonna skate past what David had? You know what I'm saying? I thank the Most High every day for whatever it is that He's given me, whatever lot that He's allowed me to have or not allowed me to have. I am happy because I know exactly. I look out and I see the conditions of all my brothers and sisters. I hear what's going on, on the reservations. I hear what's going on in the barrios. I hear what's going on in Southeast. You know what I'm saying? Up in Baltimore, up in the hood. And I don't have a portion of that. You know what I'm saying? And all I have to do is stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. All I have to do is stop celebrating Christmas. All I have to do is stop popping whores. All I have to do is stop selling drugs. All I have to do is stop taking drugs. All I have to do is stop being a drunkard. Come on, man. That's easy work.
All you had to do was start doing things that are healthy for you and stop doing things that are unhealthy.
Exactly. Yes. You know what's healthy? Brotherhood. Brotherhood is healthy. Not like, anything that goes on outside of these walls. When I say these walls, I'm talking about I.S.U.P.K. Read that from the top again, 15.
And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves.
He's saying that you justifying yourselves. Most High ain't saying, you did good, thou faithful servant. That good and faithful servant. Nah, he's not saying that. You're saying that about yourselves. But keep going.
Okay. But God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Things that which is highly esteemed above men is abomination to the Most High God. What is it? Miss Cecilia girl? You know what I'm saying? That's highly esteemed amongst so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? That's an abomination to the Most High God. I saw, yo. Sometimes, I wish, that the sins, the sins of Israel, will be just spoken of and not have any, evidence. When I say not have any evidence, I mean like no pictures and whatnot, no videos of what we are, what we've become. I saw a picture of this sister who had some jeans on, who cut out the pants, left the seam and the pockets and the waist. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't say just cut it to shorts. She just left the seam and the pockets and the waist. Like, yo, how destroyed are we? How destroyed are we? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know what's even more crazy? You know how there's ops culture and whatnot. If you catch them lacking, they make you do some crazy stuff on live. I ain't going there. I ain't even going there. Our people are totally and utterly destroyed. And you want to know why we're utterly destroyed? Is because, we say to one another, God knows our hearts. And we believe, we're led to believe that just because, we say something like that, that we're absolved of anything that we do. But read that last part again.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
That which is highly esteemed above men is highly abomination to God, in the sight of the Most High God. Yo, we need to get it together. You have something?
Shalaki, sir, just speaking on like the whole chapter, right? So, but like this verse, saying tied in the whole chapter, it starts off with the steward, the steward who worked for a man, for a rich man, and the steward was getting his, he was basically shorting the rich man. The rich man was like, well, I want my money. And then the steward, instead of paying him his money, he went to everybody who owed the rich man, and basically was like, well, look, you owe the rich man $100, just give him 40, and you good. Boom. So he collected up all that money and went back and paid the rich man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And basically, Salaki in all, if I may, what Christ is saying to the Pharisees, because that's what they're doing to God. They're not requiring, like in the pastor in the church, they're not requiring that you change yourself. The real sacrifice is you changing yourself. Mm-hmm. Whereas they're taking tithes and collecting all this money and saying, oh, well, God loves you anyway, how you is, God knows your heart and all that. They're the main ones who say that, and they're shorting God. Because you owe God your life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not just some money and you go do it again and do it again. You know what I'm saying? But just like the pastor, the Pharisees were doing this very thing in this chapter. You know what I'm saying? And Christ was definitely speaking on that right here in this verse.
Yeah, exactly. And what the brothers are bringing out is heavy, because Scripture says whatever there's nothing new under the sun. What these wicked bastards were doing back then is exactly what TD Snakes is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Theffield Dollar is doing right now. Jamal Bryant is doing right now. There's absolutely nothing different. Now, who in the hell do these people think that they are to say that all you have to do is pray over that pork sandwich and that ham sandwich and you good? Who are they? The Most High gave us law, statutes, and the commandments. Christ followed these law, statutes, and commandments. That's something I don't understand. These Christians, man, are stupid. Salakia. Christ was on earth teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. What was he teaching? Was he teaching just pray over and now you can eat that pork sandwich? Now you can eat that seafood ball, them crabs?
He taught the Old Testament that says you can't eat pork.
Exactly. So why in the world do Christians think that Christ came and taught something totally different? Christians are stupid. And you know what? And Christians are saying to themselves, they're justifying themselves amongst men. That's exactly what they're doing. Who in the hell do they think they are that they can say that they can, lessen the requirement that the Most High has set forth, that Christ himself has paid for? Who do you think that you are that you can lessen that you can only on Sundays you can eat, the third Sundays in the 6th month, you can eat, seafood. You can eat shellfish. I tell you can eat shellfish. Huh? Who are they? Who are they to say that once every 10 years you can celebrate your birthday? Who are they to say this? Who are they to say, you know what? They used to do this, but now we can do this. Now women can be preachers, and people in the Rainbow Coalition can be leading the church. Who are they to say any of this stuff? Because they don't stand for what the Most High God has put in place. They shouldn't teach anything. You know what I'm saying? There is no way that they should be above anything or anybody. We shouldn't be listening to them at all. But that's basically what that verse is. If that answers your question, just let us know. If you had another question or you need another breakdown, just type that in the chat. Let's go back to the article, Baba Shaw. Let's go back to this how the way this devil lynched one of our sisters.
Okay. Deputy who killed Sonia Massey was discharged from Army because of DUI. Sources say. The Army new officers said there was a gun in the center console Grayson's vehicle when he was pulled over for a DUI in Macoupin County, Illinois. The sources said.
All right, let's go down.
The former deputy charged with murder in the shooting death of Sonia Massey was discharged from the Army because of a drunk driving arrest in 2015. Two sources told NBC News.
So in 2015, he was in the Army. So just to let you know, he I actually was going to say it here, but he joined the Army in 2014. He got arrested in 2015, and he got kicked out in 2016. Let's keep going.
Okay. Why Sangamon County, Illinois Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson was discharged is the latest revelation about his work history. Grayson,
so this is the type of man that was a sheriff deputy in this county, Sangamon County, right? Someone who got kicked out of the Army for being a disgusting drunkard. You understand? And like I said, if anybody knows anything about, the military, there's a whole ton of drunkards in there. And for you to get kicked out for being a drunk, goddamn, man, you are drunk. You are a drunk amongst drunks.
It's like for me too. Usually a dishonorable discharge from the military, it's extremely hard to get a job. Let alone he became a police officer.
Yes, that's true. If you have anything other than honorable discharge, it's harder to get a job. It's harder to get a job. But you look at current events now. There's someone in the runnings for being president of the United States after having 34 counts, being convicted of 34 counts, 34 felonies. 34 felonies, and he's, one step away from being a doggone president of the United States once again. Someone, not saying that it's right, but someone who was selling dime bags can't get a job at McDonald's. But this bastard can be the president of the United States of America? After 34 counts, nigga, Salakia.
I remember being out in the world, and this dude he had backup time. He had just got out, and he ain't had no money, so he did the only thing he thought he could to get some money.
Mm-hmm.
And he chopped up some peanuts and put it in some dime bags and was trying to sell it like it was crack. But he sold to an undercover officer, and he went right back to jail, to prison for the rest of his time for selling a chopped up peanut, and he had no money.
Just like I said, they put us in situations where we're set up to fail, because if you get out on parole or probation, you're not allowed to talk with any other felons. Am I right? Have you heard of that before?
You ain't supposed to be around.
You ain't supposed to be around them. But when you get out, where are we? We're right back in the hood where everybody has a felon. So and then just like you said, we can't even go nowhere. Half the time, if we're fortunate enough to get a place, go back home, some of us can't even go back home. We have to go to a halfway house. Who's in the halfway house? Exactly. We can't get no jobs. We can only get jobs that hire, ex-felons or ex-cons or whatnot. Who's there? If we around them, where we go back? We go back to jail. This stuff is set up for us to absolutely fail. It's not like they say, all right, we're gonna give you a fighting chance. We're gonna send you, someplace in the sticks, somewhere else where there are no felons. We're gonna set you up. We're gonna get you a job, or we're gonna set you up and we're gonna give you opportunity to get a job and make it on your own. Nah, they don't do that. They put you right back in the fire. That in the same conditions that got you caught up in the first place, and take away even more opportunities. Like these bastards, man. These bastards. Now you got to think the conditions that we're in. The Most High sees it. The Most High sees it. You got to think. What did we do to get put in this position? Just disobedience. How we get taken out of this position? Obedience. Stop smoking weed. Stop being drug addicts. Stop selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Stop popping these whores. Stop being whores. Stop celebrating these wicked holidays. You know what I'm saying? Stop worshiping these other gods. And we'll be all right. We'll be all right. If we stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, our health will skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? If we stop doing drugs, you know how much the community will rise. You know what I'm saying? Just the conditions. Now we're not doped out of our minds. We're not emotional as we were when we was on drugs. We ain't trying to get with everybody's woman. The woman ain't trying to get with trying to sneak behind her man's back. You know how much better our community will be if we just follow the law, statutes, and the commandments. And the church ain't teaching us none of this stuff. Commanding General Yahanna is. You know what I'm saying? You have some?
You may even just add a part to it. We worship ourselves. That's the main problem in the church, saying you got an individual relationship with God. That just fuels that fire right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're only looking at things for yourself. So the brotherhood can't even build because everybody worships themselves.
Right. Exactly. I remember when I was I was at Esau's military one time, and someone got drunk. Someone got drunk and got in trouble. Now the whole command across the whole world, we couldn't drink because one person got in trouble somewhere. Now just imagine if I do drugs. I'm just saying, if I do drugs, right? And I do something stupid that affects your kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, just like you said, they worship themselves. If I do something that negatively affects my brother, my neighbor, my people, sometimes you be surprised at how some people will shape up. You know what I'm saying? People are selfish. Don't get me wrong. People are selfish. But if you actually put the onus and responsibility of somebody else's household on you, you'll see how much people would actually shape up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And vice versa. if he were to do something that's against the Most High God and it would negatively affect me, he would be like, you know what, man, I can't even do that. His family didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Most High is punishing them because of something that I did. That's brotherhood right there. And that's exactly what the Most High God is forcing us to see. If you do something, it's not just going to affect you, but it's going to affect everybody around you.
Listen, I got a precept.
Let's do it.
I'm about to say, if they were teaching this instead of everybody got a personal relationship, then what you saying, like, people may have a chance to say, you know what, me smoking is affecting everybody. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If I may, it says, Book of Joshua, chapter 7, verse 1. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accused thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zebdiah, the son of Zerai, of the tribe of Judah, took the accursed thing. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel.
So one man disobeyed the Most High God, and the whole nation got punished for it. You know how many men? It was like something like 38 men died at that time. Yeah, it was 30-something men died. 30-something fathers, 30-something brothers, 30-something cousins, uncles, grandfathers were put to death because one man disobeyed the Most High God. Not only that. Okay, that's bad enough. But we didn't lose any battles up until that point.
Right.
You don't think the nations heard us coming and like, man, they ain't lose not near a battle? It's almost like, let me put it into some sort of perspective. Mike Tyson in the 80s. Right. You fight Mike Tyson, you know you're gonna lose.
Right.
After he lost to Buster Douglas, be like, man, he's human. He's human. We can beat him. And you had people like, you had Edomites coming up to him thinking that they had a chance. All because one man, wanted to sin against the Most High God. We were rolling through all these nations, destroying these stinking Hamites. You heard what Gilbert Arenas was talking about the South Sudan team?
What did he say?
Man, he said a whole lot, but but basically, we was rolling through all these nations, destroying them, and one man destroyed that reputation. Well, damn near destroyed that reputation. We were on a winning streak, and one man decided to go against the Most High God and do what he wanted to do. And you know what his reward for that was? It wasn't a wedge of gold. It wasn't a garment. You know what his reward was? His bloodline was cut off. Not only his bloodline, but his doggone cattle. His cattle had to go. You know what I'm saying? His beasts were gone. Everything, his clothes, his tents, his everything had to go. Why? Because he disobeyed the Most High God. Not only did we lose a battle, we lost men. We know a reputation. Well, you had some?
Let me read.
See what time it is. What part you reading?
Just what happened. The end result.
Yeah, read the end result. Yeah.
Oh, Book of Joshua, chapter 7, verse 24. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerai, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters.
Damn, the daughters, man.
And his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. And they brought them onto the valley of Achan. And Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him
with stones and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones.
Damn. That's man, that's that's a hard way to go. That's a hard way to go. You die because rocks hit you. Rocks. All of Israel just, damn, man. Yeah. You there is no shelter from it.
Right.
And the sons, man, like, yo, dad, we're dead because of you. The daughter's like, the goats, the sheeps, the oxen, everybody had to go. Everybody had to go because he disobeyed the Most High God. Don't be that one. Don't be that one. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. Just think. The next time you battling your demon and you feel you about to lose, just think that that sky is going to crack as long as you don't give in to that demon. You know what I'm saying? If you overcome that demon that one time, you ain't smoking that cigarette. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking a pull of that weed. You ain't trying to lay with some whore. You ain't trying to slang no this or no that. You ain't buying a Christmas gift for whoever. You're not putting up a Christmas tree or anything like this. Just think that all you have to do is fight your demon right there. Boom. And Christ is going to crack that sky. And if he doesn't do it, fight your demon again. Because the demon's going to come back. And if Christ don't crack that sky again, boom, fight your demon again. And keep fighting him until the end. Keep fighting him until the end. That's the only way we're gonna get this kingdom back. That's the only way we're gonna get this kingdom back. Let's go back to the article about Bashar.
While Sangamon County, Illinois Sheriff Deputy Sean Grayson was discharged is the latest revolution about his work history. Grayson was arrested on charges of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct after he fatally shot Massey in the head in her home in Springfield on July 6th. Despite multiple documented issues with his policing ability.
Despite multiple documented issues. That means he was very unfit to be a cop.
Right.
There was a whole lot of warning signs from him getting kicked out of the military. Getting kicked out of the military for being a disgusting alcoholic to this right here. You know what I'm saying? He had issues and it was documented. Just imagine how many other things that was undocumented. It just went by. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep reading. I'm gonna bring something else out too.
Grayson seemed to have little trouble repeatedly finding law enforcement employment.
How many times we have to say this when a cop gets fired from one place, he can just go right down the street and work for another law enforcement agency? Why is that? You think that they're gonna learn from the previous from whatever it is they got fired from? You would think that, but it never happens. Absolutely never happens. Let's keep going.
He worked for 6 law enforcement agencies in Central Illinois in 4 years.
He worked for 6 law enforcement agencies in the past 4 years. And the latest one, 6 of them. So I mean, some of these places he ain't even last a year.
Right.
Some of these places he ain't even like yo. How could you get fired and let go? And then if I need an operation and there's a doctor there, right? And I can actually see his history, because a lot of us don't even look at that.
Right.
But if I actually look at his history and see that he's worked in 6 different hospitals in the last 4 years, I'm like, hold up, what's going on here?
Right.
Why are you here? Why are you still practicing medicine or whatever? How are you able to perform a surgery? What happened? I'm gonna ask some questions, and then when I ask the questions of him, I'm gonna ask the administration that hired him. Why is this dude here? Why is he here? What did he do to get fired from all these other places? You got something?
It sounds like nepotism because all of this was all those 6 jobs was right next to each other. It didn't say the whole Illinois; it said Central Illinois.
Man,
so one little spot, like he must have known somebody over there, had family right there, and that's how he getting these jobs. Nepotism.
Man, you must be. You know about the story?
Nah.
Well, not apparently, his fiance, her father, is a sheriff.
Okay.
So it's 100% nepotism. 100% nepotism. Now I'm not. People, now you see this, and you see the bad side of nepotism. You see the bad side. Now, why in the hell were we on LeBron James for getting his son a basketball contract?
Right.
Like, does he have a possibility to go into somebody's home and say he's going to shoot them in the face? Only thing he's shooting is a basketball, and that's something we want to see. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's something we're paying to see. But we giving LeBron James hell over getting his son a basketball contract. But on the other hand, we got a disgusting drunkard, alcoholic, throw up on himself, forget stuff, type of dude that gets job after job after job after documented cases about his ability to be a cop. Let's keep reading.
Okay. Before that, he was a private first class in the Army stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas. Grayson enlisted in the Army in 2014. He had no deployments and left the Army with the rank of private first class in February 2016.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but exactly, yeah. 2 years and you're an E3. You're a piece of crap. You're a piece of crap. How do I know this? Because just up to E4, which will be in the Army, which will be a specialist, all you have to do is exist. I'm dead serious. All you have to do is just come to work, be alive, say I'm here. And there's time frames where, okay, after 6 months you get promoted. You know what I'm saying? After 6 months you get promoted. And he's what? He's a piece of crap. He didn't know what he's doing. As easy as it is to get rank in the military, especially the first couple of ranks, all you have to do is exist, and he can't even do that. He couldn't do that. He's a drunk. He's an alcoholic. Keep going. And this is not an isolated case. 100%, this is not an isolated case. This type of case is all over USA. Big town USA, small town USA. It's all over America. Keep going.
Okay. An Army spokesperson said it was during his enlistment that he was arrested in 2015 for driving under the influence of alcohol.
Uh-huh.
According to a Macomb County, Illinois booking report, Grayson was also arrested on a charge of unlawful use of a weapon at the time.
So this is when they were saying he had a weapon in the center console. Now there's he got arrested, but he didn't get charged. We read that earlier. He was arrested, but he didn't get charged, and that has something to do with the military stepping in and whatnot. It has something to do with the military stepping in. The military does the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say take care of their own, but the military does the same thing. So he didn't get charged, even though he was a piece of crap. Keep going.
Okay. But he was never formally charged because he was a resident of Fort Riley in Kansas, which has an open carry firearms law. Macomb County State's Attorney Jordan Garrison said Tuesday. His Army discharge paperwork lists his reason for separation as misconduct, serious offense.
All right, drop down past that picture, Baba Kashaw.
Grayson, who was fired as a Sangamon County deputy nearly 2 weeks after he killed Massey, has been jailed since he was arrested and has pleaded not guilty. His attorney, Dan Foltz, would not comment Tuesday.
All right, so it took 2 weeks for them to review the tape, get his statement, and say, all right, you're fired and you're arrested. Like I said, if anybody has ever seen that video, there's a whole lot of red flags going on. A whole ton of red flags. Let's go over a few of these red flags. Number one, the video that we seen was not from his body cam. Which means he did not have his body cam on. There's no footage from his body cam. The woman, Sonia Massey, she called the police because she believed there was a prowler out there. There was a car that was parked in her driveway, and she didn't know who it belonged to. Someone was walking around. She called the cops. They show up. As soon as these bastards show up, he's the one. Grayson was the one who actually went in and talked to him, while the other cop went around to check the perimeter. Right. So that whole interaction, at first interaction, his body cam wasn't on. When they pulled up, she was on the phone with the dispatch. She didn't want to get off the phone with the dispatch because this dude was acting very aggressively. He was acting very aggressively, and it was on speakerphone. And the dispatch was like, the police are there. We can leave. We can get off the. She was like, no, please, no, stop, wait. She didn't want to get off the phone. Why? Because she's seen his spirit, and his spirit was all off. Was off, right? So he showed up with an attitude, didn't have his body cam on, and she didn't want to get off the phone with dispatch. Reason why we have it is because the partner had his body cam on. You know what I'm saying? So when he goes around, checks around the perimeter, they talk and whatnot. She's forced to get off the phone with the cop. With dispatch, this Sean Grayson was saying, hey, it looks like smells like something's burning. Maybe you should go over there and turn the stove off. She's like, it's just a pot of water. It's like, okay, go ahead, turn it off. She goes over there, and if you've seen it, she's in like the living room, but the kitchen has like an aisle, so you can see into the kitchen. But if you duck down, you can't see, right? So she goes over there. She gets some pot holders, and she takes it off. He says something slick. She was like, "I rebuke you." And she says something slick again. She's like, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." He was like, "What? I'm going to shoot you." You read that part. He was like, "I'm going to shoot you in the face." At that point, you know what I'm saying? She said it, and she was kind of like, whatever, right? When he said, "I'm going to shoot you in the face," he took his gun out. When he took his gun out, his partner took his gun out as well. When she turns and sees that he has his gun out, she's like, "Oh my God, no, I'm sorry." And she ducks down. When he says, "I'm going to shoot you in the face," in 5 seconds, just about 5 seconds later, comes over 3 shots. 3 shots. Now, when they say, I saw a video of this brother who's a cop. He usually does funny videos. I never heard him talk before this right here. And he's like, he stitches like, TikToks together, and whenever the butt of the joke or whatever comes by, he'll put up some handcuffs and be like, "Yeah, you're funny," or whatever. So that's like his whole thing. But he's actually talking. He's like, cops like that makes a bad name for us. You know, there's a whole lot of a ton of good cops out there that have to pick up the pieces for these bad cops. Was the partner a bad cop? Did we say anything about a partner being a bad cop? Because he was standing right there, and he was actually closer, had a clear view of where the woman was. Why didn't he de-escalate the situation? Why didn't the cop who had the body cam on, why didn't he say, hey, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Just back up. Why did he take his gun out when his partner took the gun out? Why couldn't he just say, hey, you know, it doesn't have to be like this, or slow down, stop? Why couldn't he de-escalate the situation? No, he is absolutely complicit in this as well. Absolutely complicit. He allowed that criminal, that alcoholic with the badge that got fired from what, 4, 6 at that time, five different jobs, policing jobs. Why didn't he stop him? Why? And if you're partners, you know the type of people that you work with, day in and day out. He's just as complicit in this lynching as Sean Grayson. I don't know why he's not brought up on charges either. Let's get it. What you got?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Trust in the shadow of Egypt. Now, unfortunately, she doesn't know the truth. She absolutely does not know the truth. She believes that her invoking the name of Jesus Christ was really invoking, this dude. She was really invoking this dude because that's what she was raised to believe. You know what I'm saying? She was invoking this dude when she didn't know who her power really is. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know who her power really is. Her power is the Most High God, Yahweh in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So she believed, because we have been so destroyed, just like we brought out earlier, the yoke of iron has been taken off, but really we have been destroyed, and the yoke of iron really is in our brain. So we had to believe that Egypt is our is our savior. We believe that she really believed that if she calls 911, she would be helped out. That's what she really believed, and that's what we're all led to believe. If we call the police, then we need to. That's the water. We're all led to believe that if we call 911, they're supposed to help us out. When in reality, a lot of time it won't go that way. Now, am I saying that if you're ever in trouble, never call 911? I am not saying that at all. What you should do, if you do not have one, you should go ahead and get a camp leader. You know what I'm saying? A camp leader and the I.S.U.P.K. That should be your first call. You know what I'm saying? That should absolutely be your first call. And if you're in the I.S.U.P.K, after you made a few of these calls, just throughout, life, you will begin to know how to handle such situations. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time where we would have to call Esau in that manner and then, open us up to something that, that can really hurt us. You know what I'm saying? There are times, don't get it twisted. There are times when Esau has to get involved and should get involved. But then there are times where, you know, it can be handled a certain way. If you don't know how the way those situations are, Both sides across the water, sir. All right, sure. Let's look at that. Hey, the water, Shar. Slovakia. Hey, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. We good to go. We here. All right. Real Slovakia. Get me Mark 3:27.
Come on,
Boy,
Book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods.
So no man can enter a strong man's house and spoil his and take what is his. No one can take what is his if the strong man is in there, right? Unless, keep going.
Okay. Except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
First, you have to bind the strong man, and then you're going to spoil his house. And right now, Christians, how the way Christianity and white supremacy Christianity has run rampant in the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian community is by binding the strong man, by putting the woman in charge and saying you don't need no man. If he can't work, or if he's not making six figures, if he's not making enough to support you and several households. So water officer Charlotte, let me once again, let me say Thawada to Officer Shar for holding it down when we had technical difficulties. Let's give this brother a hand. Thawada again, I appreciate that. See, just like this, how the way Commanding General Yahanna has taught us, when something is happening, there's always going to be someone there to hold it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what Officer Shar has done. You know what I'm saying? Down in Trinidad, it's one body, right? So this is exactly what the Most High is saying. Christians has nothing to do with the Most High God. Have nothing to do with Christ. You got, in order to bind the strong man and spoil his house, Christianity has really binded. You know, is the number one thing that has bound the strong man, and because of that, you know what I'm saying, there is. We have to first loose the buying man. Get me let's just go down to Obadiah 1:10, Baba Kashar. We're gonna close it out with that. I had a few other ones, but we're gonna close it out with Obadiah 1:10. And this is the reward that Sean Grayson is going to get. This is a reward that that his partner is going to get. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't do anything. This is the reward that it took 2 weeks to see that Sean Grayson was a liar. You know what I'm saying? He said that she charged him with the hot water, and that's why he shot her. This woman, Sonia Massey, saw that he had his gun out, and she put it down and raised her hand and cowered, like, hey, like, yo, I'm sorry. And then he went around, got a better shot, got a clear view at her, and then he ended her life. And then lied about it. When the other cop, who's just as culpable, said that, you know, maybe I should go out and get a first aid kit and render first aid, he said, nah, don't worry about it. It's a headshot. Don't worry about it. When they was doing when the other cops came, because it was shots fired, more cops, you know, had to come there. They were saying, you know, who's the suspect? He was like, oh yeah, it's me. Don't worry about it. I'm the suspect. I executed her. Like he had no remorse about it whatsoever. Even in the mugshot, if you look at his mugshot, he has zero remorse. Well, let me tell you what the Most High God has: zero remorse. He has zero remorse for what he's going to do to you. And like I said, what he is going to do to you. Give me Obadiah 1:10.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall come.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. thy violence. This is exactly why the Most High God is going to do to you what he is going to do to you, because you have been violent to us. You have been violent to us throughout all of time. You have always hated. Ezekiel 35:5 says you have had a perpetual hatred for us. You have always hated us. And this is the Most High God saying, because of that violence against so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, keep going.
Shame shall cover thee.
Shame was going to cover you. Shame, you may not look like you shamed, but shame is going to cover you. You had something?
Shoot, critical race theory. You try to cover it up. That's the shame.
Yeah.
That's why they don't give no bill about stop Black Latino hate or nothing like that, because they're the ones doing it. We show you're the ones doing it. They're ashamed.
This country is built on our backs, on the hatred of us. So if they built such a nation on hating us, why in the world would they want to stop? They don't want to stop. They don't want to stop hating so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But shame will cover them. Keep going.
Oh, God. And thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. I mean, if we ever want to see an Edomite, we're going to have to open up a history book.
Right.
If we ever want to see an Edomite, we're going to have to go to a museum. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to see a spoken word. You know what I'm saying? People talk about how the way the Edomites, used to once rule the world. But that can never happen unless, we put down the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Unless, we stop hating our brothers and our sisters. That can never happen if we are alcoholics like this filthy, disgusting bastard. You know what I'm saying? Or drug addicts and drug dealers and pimps. Only way that the Most High can defend us is if we obey him fully and absolutely. With that, I pass the class on to Priest and Officer Shapataya.
I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When new brother and sister come to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months of the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. And there's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 10 in Hebrew and it's pronounced I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whichever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, memorial of blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 2024. You can find us in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Also, we're in the I.S.U.P.K cookout season. Next up is the Midwest Fire Weekend in Detroit, August the 1st through the 4th. Then we got the headquarters cookout in New York, August the 30th through September 2nd. Then following that will be the West Coast cookout in Southern California, September 26th through the 29th. Then we got the Down South Houston cookout, October 31st through November 3rd. Want to add anything, sir?
No. No, yeah. Also, check out if you're going down to the Midwest Cookout in Detroit. Check out Commander General Yahanna's lecture. You know what I'm saying? Demons are real. I believe that's what it's called. Oh. Yeah, demons are real. Need to check that out. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki, just to add to that, if you're not going to the cookout, if you don't have to attend the cookout to catch the lecture, you can go on the Eventbrite. It's the site. It's a pay-per-view site, Eventbrite, and look up I.S.U.P.K. Look for I.S.U.P.K events. You should be able to view a few of them just from Eventbrite, just in the comfort of your own home. You know what I'm saying? Commander General Yahanna's lecture is $23 after tax. You know what I'm saying? It's the best money you'll spend.
No, yes.
Come across.
The water.
Remind Aqua to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black hairband, or scarf. And with that, I say Amayim, which means to stand. You give a courtesy salute to the teacher. In the raise of your mouth, Shabbat, Amayim, Barak. Yahanna Shimi
Yahanna Shimi Al-Shah Brakathum.
Y'all give me time. Class dismissed.